Hello friends, my name is Chili. Making money in MMOs is kind of a big hobby of mine. I still play a lot of Final Fantasy XIV, and I wanted to share another method I've been using lately to farm gil and crafting materials. See, normally Grand Company seals are kind of a pain to get in large amounts. You have to spend a whole bunch of time crafting, a whole bunch of time farming fates or running dungeons or something like that. But what if I told you there's a really easy way you can do this by yourself to get about 200-ish thousand Grand Company seals per hour. So raids in older expansions give out items that generally are trash for most people, just throw them right away. But for me, I save these and I convert them directly into gil, or I convert them directly into Grand Company seals. So I've spent a good amount of time, made a few spreadsheets, consulted the powers that be, looked at console games wiki, looked at Universalis to compare pricing. And I've found that the most efficient way to farm Grand Company seals is actually by doing AlphaScape 1 or A1. Each run takes about a minute and a half, maybe a minute, maybe almost 2 minutes. It depends on how fast you can go. I've got a Viper here with okay gear, just the stuff you can buy. And I do about a minute and 50 every time pretty consistently. Where is it? This guy. So I ran a little bit right before here for about an hour. And what you do is you convert all these. It can be a little bit of a pain, so you can sort of make things easier for yourself in some ways. And after converting all of these, you get somewhere around 200,000 after farming for about an hour. The nice thing is that you can also get a couple of good orchestrion rolls that sell pretty well in the market. And then after you convert these, you'll see that each one of them sells for anywhere from about 1,000 to about 1,500 gil. So if the market on your particular server is very depressed like mine is, you can still make a decent amount of gil just straight up vendoring this stuff. You can also use these for desynthesis if you want to level them up or if you want to convert them into other stuff. But other than leveling, I wouldn't bother because the amount of stuff you get back is pretty bad. Whew. It takes a little bit of work every time, but it is worth it. Okay, so now we have an inventory filled with items we can trade in for Grand Company sales, so let's go dump them. Worth noting, I still have a bunch of extras left over. I ran 32 times just to get all the stuff for this video. That's about how long it took me in an hour. And I did the math, and it comes out to about $250,000 if I just vendor them. So if you want $250,000 easy, you don't have to play with the market board. You can just go ahead and do that. If you want to gamble, there's a couple other options. Also, you can turn these in really fast if you just push 0 on your number pad over and over and over. Okay, so now we've got a whole bunch, 89,000 after a few minutes of work and an hour of farming. Plus, I've still got a few left over, quite a few left over. So let's talk about things you can buy with them. Main thing that I like to go for, because I enjoy gambling, are the Materiel Containers 3 and 4. I would advise against Materiel Container 3 unless you really like gambling. I've opened about 400 of these, and I've never seen the rare drop, so you might get luckier than me. I don't know. Materiel Container 4s are much more consistent with their mount drops and valuables, so if you just want something that you can still be a gamble, but you can kind of depend on a little bit more, these are a much better choice. If you don't like gambling at all, titanium alloy mirrors sell well. Moonstones can be vendored for gil directly, but I would not recommend that. If you're going to do that, just sell the items in the first place. King cakes are always in demand. And then on this side, most of these things are pretty useful. Sheelite, petrified logs, peacock ore, minium, hardened sap, and coke are the really big ones. The market on these will depend on whatever it is for your server, so double check that before you buy a large amount of anything. In my case, I'm a sucker for gambling, and I'm too deep in the hole. I'm going to get that stupid Night Pegasus whistle no matter how many of these it takes. And a few more boxes for a total of 12. 240,000 seals, 12 boxes. But before I open these, I want to show you exactly what I've been doing. So we turn on Unrestricted Party to unsync. This might not be new to a lot of you, but I know it is to some of you. AlphaScape 1, and we go on in. I like to use a cheap food buff just for the little bit of extra. I don't know how much of a difference it actually makes, but We're just going to get a quick kill on this guy. Since it's unsynced, it should be pretty fast. He doesn't really do anything that you need to be super worried about, because by the time he does, he's already dead. And as long as you have a decent amount of gear, you should be able to tear this guy apart pretty easily. You don't even really need to dodge anything if you don't want to. Yeah, that's what you get, Chaos, for beating me up during Final Fantasy I. You suck. Get farmed. All right, minute 56, a little slower than normal, but as you can see, doesn't take a lot of time, gets you all the stuff you need. All right, and let's go ahead and test my luck one more time. This will be somewhere around the 450s in terms of boxes opened. And the last one. And as usual, my luck holds out as not being that amazing. I think one of these is sort of valuable, but all the rest of these are pretty much junk. So again, if you like to gamble, Materiel 3.0 is definitely there for you. Anyway, I hope this has been useful for you, and I hope you have much better luck than I do. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye-bye.